Hey man, say man, what it do? Still with the camp shot like a little big boss, take po, talk box, and plug in my salute. Them 10 times don't last. Good people do the knock yourself. Call that minute half highline. It's 988. Peak game, man. First one. We clutched up, y'all know. We clutched out. You know what we're talking about. The boxing. But before we get to the main answer, the main dish, I'm gonna introduce our second host, future Hall of Famer legend. Salute to all our soldiers. Brody on the hustle, aka Coach B. Let them know how you rock.
What it is, folks. Y'all know what time it is. Just like K-Cole said, we over here. We clutched up. We clutched out. You know, we here to talk about. We here to talk about that boxing. But before we get into that, y'all know what I'm finna tell y'all. It don't change. God wake you up. He put breath in your body. Everything else is extra. Get up. Do you take care of the fam? Don't let nobody deter you from that. And with that being said, I'm gonna pass it back to K-Po. We're gonna continue the show and let's let them know how we flow.
Buckle up. Jermell Charlo, man, future, I won't say future, my bad, I misspoke. Former 154 undisputed king, right? Everybody, boxing, you watch boxing. He lost his belts due to the fact of inactivity and basically him going to fight Canelo, right? So his belts weren't taken from him in a fight. His belts were taken from him because he chose to fight Canelo, right? Which you get offered a Canelo fight, who would turn it down, right? Now, you know, you can look at the weight thing, disparity, all that, whatever. But he got offered a Canelo fight, he took it, pause. But now he coming back, and he gonna smoke with Boots. He gonna smoke with Bud. And let me say that again, Bud. He gonna smoke with him. He called out the Mr. Big Fish, Errol Spence, everybody. He calls Sebastian Fundora Slinker Man, but he put a picture of a giraffe on there. He like, I'm with it. I'm with the stuff. So coach, I mean, we kind of briefly touched on it, in one of our videos. We make so many big pause on that. But um how do you feel about Charlo just coming back in the boxing? Because before we get into the fights, Charlo as just the excitement he brings to boxing. How do you feel about him returning back to boxing and to 154?
I'll be quite honest, man. Like he brings a different aspect to the sport of boxing. He brings tenacity. He brings energy. He brings the tough guy talk. He brings the edginess. He brings a sense of change when it comes to the sport of boxing. He's a different type of breed when it comes to the sport. He comes with all natural fundamentals. He works behind his jab. He works behind a strong, powerful jab. And not only that, when he's in there, he's not looking to be your friend in any situation. He's looking to destroy you in any way possible. He's looking to end the fight in a knockout. You know what I'm saying? If he gets it, he gets it. But most of the time, that's what he's gunning for. He wants to punish you. He wants to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I like the fact that he's returning. But at the same time, we got to take the good with the bad. He's been inactive. He has to knock off the ring rust. He has to come back. He has to still show us that he's capable of getting the fights that he's asking for. So I'm not expecting him to get what he is asking for immediately. But at the same time, I feel like he's only irrelevant because of the simple fact he went up, in weight. He fought Canelo, and at the same time, it's like, okay, he lost his belts. He gave it up for to chase the bag, chase the Hall of Fame and fight with Canelo. He dared to be great. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Same thing with Bud. He's doing the same thing, but at the same time, I don't want to turn this into a Bud situation, but I don't think, in my opinion, Bud has done what Charlo has done, in my opinion, in the manner with the same mannerisms. Excuse me. But at the same time, I like Charlo returning. I like that he's returning to the 154-pound division, and I like that he's challenging the best of the best immediately. We need this in the sport of boxing. We got too many guys that's running around the circles, tiptoeing through the tulips. They playing with the daisies in the fields. They not really trying to be real about the sport. They just kind of there to bask in the glory, to chase the bag and say, hey, I'm undefeated. I'm the best of the best. Just because you're undefeated don't make you the best of the best. You just ain't fought that guy yet. That's all that means. That's all that means. Because there's somebody out there that can beat you. You just may not have came across that guy yet, or you may have not had the opportunity, or that guy may have not had the opportunity to fight you and beat you. But at the same time, it is what it is. Again, to answer your question directly, I like that he's returning. I like that he's calling out the big dogs immediately, and I like that he's coming back to take care of business. Taking care of business also ties into Bud. I know we got this Canelo fight going on, which is not necessary, period. It's a fight that they put together that, again, it's not even that big of a deal in my opinion. But at the same time, if Bud wins or loses, he still has business to go back and take care of. And he has to show me in that 154-pound division, go back down and fight the guys that's really game. Go back down there and fight them and show me something. Make me a believer. But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to turn this into a Bud thing. This is about Charlo. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm glad Charlo is coming back. I'm glad he's coming back with a vengeance. I'm glad he's coming back with a genre, with the means of taking out the best. But at the same time, we got to see you in action first before we go ahead and just say, all right, this dude is legendary. We got to see him in action.
Yeah, I think Charlo be good for the sport because of the fact he's gonna show these young boys, like you said, coach, how to do it. Right? Everybody talking, but ain't nobody being about it. Charlo talk about it and he be about it. So brings excitement for he ain't like you said, he ain't here to be your friend. You know, all that Shakur Stevenson. That's my brother. I love it. Let me tell you something. Every time I see Shakur Stevenson on social media, he got another man picture on there. I love you, bro. Bro, I love you. I'm not trying to see that, bro. I don't care about nothing. That's what's wrong with this era, and I'm finna rant. That's what's wrong with this era. Nobody a dog. Nobody a killer, right? Nobody got that in them. Shakur Stevenson want to be friends with everybody. All the people that he friends with are threats to him. Yeah, you ever pay attention to that? Everybody that can potentially beat him, Keyshawn Davis, what's the dude? Abdullah Mason. Dudes like that. Oh, that's my little bro. That's little bro right there. I don't care if you little bro. Hey, if you rising up the ranks, you in the way. Hey, bro, we'll be cool after this. And that's how Charlo is. You see, Charlo, he called out Errol Spence, and we're gonna talk about him in a minute. But he called out Errol Spence, right? And they like boys. They are tight. They talk about life. They kids know each other, everything. But he understand that Errol in my weight class now ain't no friends in it. You in the way of me being great. I gotta fight you. I gotta spank you. Pause. That was crazy. I gotta do that to you because you in the way. So, like I said before, Charlo is great for this division. He's great for the sport, and this is a division that's a hotbed right now. Now, these guys he called out. He called out Fundora. He called out Bud. He called out Jermell. He called out Errol Spence. He called out darn near everybody that's a top fighter at 54. He's gonna smoke with him. So my question to you, coach, is, you know, how much of a chance do you give him beating a lot of those guys? Do you actually think those fights can get made dealing with him? You know what I mean? Due to the fact his stock has kind of dropped a little bit because he kind of been out of the way. So I think a lot of people are more excited to see Errol Spence come back than Charlo. So how do you feel about these fights getting made, and you know if he can even win any of those fights? Let me know something.
Honestly, I'll say each and every one of these fights has a 50-50 chance outside of the Bud fight. I say that's kind of a slim to no chance to be made with Bud, but at the same time, every other fight that you mentioned with Spence, Boots, you know, and Fundora, I think those are 50-50 fights. Those fights have a chance to be made. And not only that, let's speak truthfully. Definitively, those belts are his. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why they have an opportunity to get at those belts is because he chose. Like I said earlier, he dared to be great. He went up to fight Canelo. Who wouldn't? You got the opportunity. Canelo say, "Yeah, I want to fight you." Then who not? If you can make the weight, if you can go up there and feel like you can do what you can do and dare to be great, then why not? But at the same time, that division is definitively his. He gave them the opportunity to actually be at the top. He gave them the opportunity to actually see some of those belts. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And first things first, let's talk about the Errol Spence fight. I know people are excited to see Errol Spence come back. Me, for one, I would be excited to see him come back, especially in the Charlo fight. But at the same time, I think Errol Spence has a lot to fix with himself. I've seen a couple training videos. I don't like the stance. I don't like the heavy feet being in cement. I don't like the hand speed. I don't like the hand placement. I don't like the voluntary state of not training properly. I get it. The training videos that come out, sometimes they don't show everything, but what I see is what I critique. And I don't like what I see from Errol Spence right now. He got a lot to work on. And if I had to choose a winner, a definitive winner in that fight, I'm rocking with Charlo. I just don't see it from Spence. It has nothing to do with the beating that he took from Bud Crawford. I just think that Charlo comes with a different type of skill set that you have to be prepared for. And I don't see Errol Spence being prepared for that, now or in the near future. Errol Spence has to get in there. I know he's not a tune-up guy, but he got to get in there and get some fights in. And I mean, like, maybe 2 fights in a year, maybe even push for 3 fights. They can all be tune-up fights. I'm not into tune-up fights, but for Errol Spence's sake, he got to get all that rust off. You got to get all that rust off of him. You still got to get over the fact of what happened with Bud. When Bud beat you, you got to get in there and show us something. Am I saying he can't? No, I'm not. But at the same time, you got to show me something. But right now, if I had to pick, if they said this fight was happening within the next 4 or 5 months, I'm taking Charlo. I'm taking Charlo based off of what I see. And I don't even think Charlo is going to be, top-notch 100% ready to go. But at the same time, I know Charlo, the way he boxes, it doesn't take much for him to get in the groove. The way he fights, it doesn't take much for him to get in the groove. Errol Spence, he looks like he's trying to reinvent himself. He doesn't have a legit trainer right now, and I just don't see him being in a position to beat a Charlo. Moving forward, let's talk about the Fundora fight. Like we said before, you cannot overlook anybody with the stature, pause, no freakies, in full effect at this point, of Sebastian Fundora. You just can't overlook that. 6'6", 6'7". The guy is starting to understand, like, oh, I have the real advantage. I'm tall. It's harder for people to hit me up top in the chin or even in the chest area. It's hard for people to do that. And if I get behind my jab, I can establish and I can dictate the rhythm of this fight. He already knows how to fight inside for a tall, lanky, slender guy. He knows how to fight pretty well inside. Most guys that's built like Fundora have struggled with actually understanding how to throw those type of punches in mid-range to close-range distance. But Fundora has that down pat. What Fundora was struggling with was actually maintaining his distance, working behind his jab and his straight. But it looks like in his last fight, he's starting to figure it out. So I can't knock that. Like, that fight with me, it's 50-50. But then again, like I say, you can't overlook a Charlo. If he comes back and he's Charlo of old, he definitely has a chance in that fight. He has a chance to beat Fundora. He has a chance to knock out Fundora in round 7, 8, or 9. He has that opportunity if he comes back top-notch, top-tier, ready to take over the throne again. He has the opportunity to take the belt from Sebastian Fundora. But again, same thing like I said with Errol Spence. I got to see Charlo in action. I got to see him actually get in the groove, get in the rhythm. So in that fight, I'm actually going to swing a little bit more towards Fundora because he's active. He has the belt. He's starting to learn himself, and he's been consistent in what he's doing. But at the same time, my decision a change at a snap. If I see Charlo, he on that stuff again, and he top notch, and he fighting like he's supposed to be fighting, or he boxing how he's supposed to be boxing, and that jab looking good, is looking sharp, is looking powerful, then I automatically take Charlo in that fight. But right now, boxing is a sport. What have you done for me lately? And I said it in every video. Sebastian Fundora has been doing a lot to prove himself lately. So I gotta swing towards Sebastian Fundora in that fight. Let's talk about boots. That's the most intriguing matchup of them all. I ain't gonna lie. Charlo and Boots. I would say Charlo would have to be 100% on his A game in that fight. Granted, Charlo's gonna come in. I feel like Charlo definitely has the upper hand when it comes to power. He has the upper hand when it comes to that jab. He has the upper hand when it comes to just being equipped to beat a Boots. But at the same time, that's harder said than done. When you get in there with a guy like Boots, you can't really train and prepare for what he can throw at you. And not only that, I think Boots has a solid chin. So I don't think a powerful jab is going to be enough to knock him out. I don't think being fundamentally sound is going to be enough to take him out. But at the same time, that's the most intriguing fight because styles make fights, and you got two completely different styles clashing at the 154-pound division, where I feel like both of them are going to be on their A game in that division at 154. I feel like that's the best weight class for both of them, and if they match up, I ain't gonna lie, that's the hardest one. That's the most intriguing matchup, and I don't even want to pick a winner on that because I like them. I like both those fighters. I like both their styles. I like both their mentalities. I like where both of them come from. Of course, I like where Charlo come from because that's where I come from. I'm from the city, so it is what it is. But at the same time, Boots come from a city too that's known, for throwing them hands. So at the same time, it is what it is. I don't even want to pick a winner. I just want to see a great fight. But if I had to pick a winner, I haven't seen Boots at 154. Charlo's been active. I haven't seen him in a while, against, top-notch competitors. But if I had to pick a winner, again, what have you done for me lately? Boots been active. He's still showing that he has a chin. He's still showing that he's swift. He's still showing that he has IQ. He's sharp. He's a natural switch hitter. I would have to lean more towards Boots for the what have you done for me lately aspect. And like I say, if Charlo's on, he's clicking, I'm gonna have that decision can change. Charlo, his fundamentals set him apart. People don't understand how much boxing one-on-one can set you apart, and it don't matter who in front of you. If you understand boxing one-on-one and you can mimic that in the ring and show that you have those skills, that skill set, you possess that mentality, that IQ to stay behind your fundamentals, no matter who's in front of you, you're dangerous at any point of the fight with any fighter. But at the same time, again, I'm a rock with Boots because it's more like, what have you done for me lately? Boots has been active. He's been on point. He's been sparring with a Canelo. So I know he picked up some more tricks to the trade. Been there sparring with Canelo. So I'm gonna have to rock with Boots. Not simply because I think he's more talented and he's more skilled. It's just because what have you done for me lately? He's been doing a lot more in the sport. So I'm gonna lean towards Boots. Now with Bud, I'm not picking Bud in that fight. I got Charlo. I got Charlo all the way. I think Charlo would be too much for Bud. I think that'll be the first time where he'll get in the ring with somebody who's ready to fight, but at the same time, it's gonna be the first time where he's not gonna be the guy that's ready to end it. Charlo gonna have that. I feel like Charlo gonna be gunning for him. He gonna be gunning for him. I think Charlo gonna be in the ring talking. You wanted to fight. Now you got to fight. Let's fight. And I don't think Bud gonna be ready for that. I don't think Bud gonna be ready for that. I don't think Bomac gonna be ready for that. That's not a fight they're gonna be excited for. That's not a fight they gonna. I'm telling you, that fight right there. I know Bud is not gonna make that fight. I know Bud is not gonna make a Charlo fight. So that's why I didn't want to speak on it too much. But at the same time, even if it was to be made, I'm taking Charlo. I don't care how great y'all think Bud is. I'm taking Charlo on that fight, and I'm not expanding or extending on that thought at all.
Man, you've been saying what I've been saying about that fight for years, man. Um, I'm telling you, man. Oh man, I'm gonna get in there in a minute. Um, can these fights get made? Yeah, like I agree with what you said. All the ones can be made except the Bud fight. I think Bud he's gonna get too arrogant after this Canelo fight, whether he wins or loses, and he's gonna start playing the what is he doing type of game, right? Um, so as it pertains to Charlo Fundora, I agree with you. If this fight, if Charlo is active, and he was currently still fighting or got a couple fights in, I would slide towards Charlo because Fundora does have the tendency to get hit. His defense is not that good, but Fundora is long, and he's trying to figure out who he is as a champion. But if Charlo is active more, I would slide to Charlo. Right now, if they fight, I'll go Fundora. Only because of the inactivity of Charlo, him being gone 2 years. Um, we don't know what version of Charlo we're gonna get. It's not the fact that he is old or anything. It's just he ain't been in the ring. So he has to fight the cobwebs off, get his time, and get all that down. That's too much to overcome against a guy like Sebastian Fundora, who in every fight you fight him, it's a tough fight. You're not getting in that steamroller Fundora. It's not happening. You know what I mean? So Charlo will have to bring his lunch pail, his medical records. He's gonna have to have the ambulance on the side. He's gonna have to everything. Because when you fight that boy Sebastian Fundora, you gonna fight. That's just what it is. That boy, I told y'all last time, that man working out in Timberland boots, jumping over the wall. He running miles and Tims, bro, in the sun. That don't go together. You know what I'm saying? You don't wear Tims when it's hot. You know what I mean? Like, so that boy on a different level. Um, Charlo, I guess Errol Spence. Right now, I will go towards Charlo. I think Errol Spence, the version that we're seeing right now. Yes, it'd be good for Texas to see these two dudes fight, but Errol right now, I feel like he seems like he's trying to change his style a little bit, and this is what I don't like about fighting. Errol was a flat-footed fighter, but he still had a little spring in his step. You know what I mean? He still was kind of a little light on his toes. He wasn't completely light. He a flat-footed fighter. That's what he is. He worked behind the jab. He's very I almost say robotic, but he's very fluent and he's very fundamentally sound. What I saw in that workout video that was released, and it may have been an old video because they say Errol been working out, right? Because his hair currently, how it looks now, don't look how it looked in that video. His hair looks done, I guess. He got the retwist. You know what I mean? Coach got hair. Coach know what I'm talking about. He got the retwist. Well, now his hair look like it got new growth in it. So I think that's an old video, and they just decided to release it now. Um, but from what I saw in the video, I don't think Errol Spence will beat anybody right now. And there's no disrespect. You know what I mean? I think Errol just needs to keep working. But like I say, I think the video is older, right? It may have been like at the beginning of Alex Hollis' camp because that's what he was helping get ready for the fight. Errol Spence was helping his little young partner Alex Hollis. So I think right now if Errol fights Charlo, I think Charlo will win. But if Errol come back, get a tune-up, I know he no Mr. No tune-ups. He get a coach, he get all that, and he, start to get back in his groove. I think that, the fight could be 50-50. Because styles make fight. Yes, Charlo is a boxer puncher, very explosive puncher, can finish you. You know what I mean? But I think that one thing he's gonna lack is that determination to beat Errol because Errol is his partner. Charlo only get grimy and viciously knock dudes out who talk crazy to him. Like he the wrong one to be talking crazy to, because he gonna turn up on you and he gonna make sure you get knocked out. Whereas like the Canelo fight is pretty respectable. Like he was pretty respectful to Canelo. All the times he was respectful to people, he underperformed. All the times he turned up and he was ready to go and he was like, F it, da da da, and he talking and he knocked him out flatline, body bag, toe tag. All his championship fights, knockout. So, um, we shall see though. Errol might talk a little bit. Errol might trigger him. You know what I mean? You never know. But Errol don't really talk like that. You would think Errol from Houston because Errol real laid back and Charlo turn up. You know what I'm saying? But I like that fight. It's good for Texas. Hell, me and Coach B might go to that merger. If they have that, you know what I mean? Regardless, they have it, you might see me in there. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, we're gonna be there.
You know what I mean? But Charlo versus Boots. Man, I got Boots. I'm sorry. It's just although Charlo has reigned supreme in this division, Boots just he a different animal, bro. He has different dimensions to it. He'll be a problem for Charlo stylistically. And I just see Boots like dominating Charlo. And it hurt me to say that. I know y'all gonna be like, what? Boots? Yes. I see dominating Charlo. It's just he different, bro. Like he can do everything. He just don't have the experience. I think that's why. But I'm sorry. He'll tame that line. Oh, that's not crazy. But he'll tame him, bro. I just it's just Boots light on his feet. Boots will run him into something. Boots was yeah, because sometimes Charlo get a little wild. You know what I mean? Or he jumps in with punches sometimes. And Boots the type of dude, he's so fluid and he's so smooth, he'll make Charlo think he sees something and run him into something. And then finish him. And then be emoting in the other corner. Like I'm telling you, like it's just I'm sorry. That boy Boots something different, man. Like and I don't say that about a lot of fighters. And I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of Boots. I'm a fan of the sport. We both are. You know what I mean? I just think Boots is he a different animal. You know what I mean? He a different type of cat. You gotta. I just think stylistically, I think that's gonna be a problem for Charlo, in my opinion. Charlo struggles against like slick boxers. That's why he struggled against Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison, truthfully, if Tony Harrison would have stayed focused and wouldn't been showboating in that second fight, he could have won that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a little power, he could have won that fight. And he would have still been a champion. But he started showboating, and his chin ain't set up like that. And Charlo just kept tipping at the iceberg, chipping at the iceberg, chipping at the iceberg. And finally caught that boy. Now the boy doing a stanky leg, laying on his back. So, um, but Boots, he a different cat. And he a big dude, bro. You saw him next to Canelo. He bigger than Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In height and like size wise. Tall. So, I think that'll be a great fight. Boots versus Charlo. Like marketing wise, I'll probably go to that one too. But I think that Boots he'll be too much for Charlo. Now, Boots versus Terence Crawford. This is what I've been waiting on. Not Boots versus Terence Crawford. I'm sorry. Jermell Charlo versus Terence Crawford. This is what y'all been waiting on. Y'all been waiting for this take, right? I've been waiting for this viewpoint. Jermell Charlo will dominate Terence Crawford. Let me say that again.
Mm-hmm.
Dominate. Okay? I'm not saying this just to say this. I've been saying this for the longest. Even before he fought Errol, before Bud fought Errol, I said Charlo would dominate Bud. Even after Bud beat Errol, I said Charlo would dominate Bud. That's a fight that Bud don't want. There's a reason why he went up to 168. Okay? He don't want no smoke with none of them dudes at 54, but especially that lion from Houston, Texas. I'm sorry. I'm not saying this because he's from Texas, because he's from Houston. Stylistically, that's a problem for Bud. Bud is acceptable to the right hand. Okay? Y'all talk about Bud like look, Charlo struggles against slick boxers. But the problem is this. That don't apply to Bud because Bud is not a slick fighter. Bud is a counter puncher. He's a boxer puncher that's a counter puncher that want to go toe to toe with you. I'm sitting here telling you right now. He try to go toe to toe with Charlo, the boy gonna have an S curl. Just like in Coming to America. Let that song go. I'm telling you, boy gonna have an S curl, man, going to the back. Pause. You better stop playing with that boy, man. Charlo already got built up aggression, built up anger, right? He watched you beat Errol, and you was talking to him, saying you can't F with me, nigga. You can't F with me. I'm sorry I used that word. You can't F with me, ninja. You can't F with me. while holding his, you know what I'm saying? He holding his, he letting them know. Okay, cool. Charlo gonna remember that. And then you gonna be talking, and then Bomac gonna be talking. I'm telling you, y'all not ready for that. that Charlo,
Mhm.
Charlo take this stuff personal. Like he gets rage mad. And then he get in the ring, and he the first fighter I seen that can fight angry like that. Bud can do it too, but not to the capacity of Charlo. And I'm just here to tell you, if that, I doubt that fight get made because Bud is now fighting Canelo. I don't think Bud will ever come back to boxing again. I think he's gonna retire. But if he do, and he decides to, oh Charlo, what's up? I'm sorry, he losing that one. Easy. Y'all Bud Booty Wars to get mad. I don't care. Get mad at your mama, not at me. All I'm telling you at the end of the day is, if he fight that boy from Houston, Texas, bro, it's gonna be man.
Hey, feelings
I'll
gonna be
go.
hurt.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad, bro. And I just want people to understand. We don't hate Bud. We just don't see what y'all see, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Bud is a good fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. Me and Coach both agree with it. Hall of Fame fighter, has a lot of accolades, but we don't see this specialness that y'all see. You know what I mean? We did a whole video breaking that down. Charlo, in my opinion, is better than Bud. His run at Undisputed is better than Bud's run at Undisputed at 47 and 40. Charlo's Undisputed run at 54 is better than Bud's at 47 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
So he ain't politic. He ain't do none of that. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry. Like, you can't pee on me and tell me it's rain. It's not happening. So you got to take up.
Nah, that's it for me. Like you said before, it'll be great to see Charlo come back and take on all these oppositions that's at the top in the 154-pound division. Even though we know we're not gonna get what I'm maybe speaking on, but at the same time, I just want to say it too for myself. Hey, I don't hate Bud. I just don't. I don't feel what y'all speaking. I don't see what y'all speak. I'm not understanding what y'all speak. Like Capo said, I mean, I'm not taking that from him. Yeah, he has a lot of great accomplishments, but at the same time, his accomplishments can be questioned. All of them can be questioned. Why did you do it when this person vacated the division? Why did you leave this division when these people started to move into the division? That's all we ask. Why didn't you stay when the big dogs got released from the kennels? Why didn't you stay? Why did you tuck your tail and move somewhere else? Why did you wait until it was leftover champions to go and try to reign supreme? Why didn't you do it when everybody else was in these divisions and the big dogs were there? Why didn't you do it then? But at the same time, that's a different story for a different day. But like Capo said, we not Bud haters. We just don't see what y'all see. I'm not trying to hear what y'all trying to tell me either. But at the same time, it is what it is. Bud is moving on. He's doing the great things for himself and his well, I would say his family, but he's not even doing it for his family no more. He didn't became so, distracted in the fact that he fighting Canelo. He started pushing everything else to the side. We get it, but at the same time, I don't see what y'all see, and it's gonna take a lot to convince me. Like I say, this Canelo fight not even gonna convince me that Bud good, because like I say, it's unnecessary. You need to go back to 154 and fight where the smoke is at, and then maybe you can convince me. But until then, nah, bro, it's not convincing in my opinion. But with all that being said, Capo, go ahead and close this out.
Hey, man, y'all just spent 30 to 35 minutes. The two greatest YouTubers in, no, I'm keeping 1,000. I feel that way. I feel like we got a good thing going. I feel like this channel's growing and it's only due to y'all. Y'all making us great. So we appreciate everybody for coming over here. We like interacting with y'all. Pause for y'all weirdos. It's 2025. Uh, in the comment section, man, we like the feedback. We like the haters too. You know what I mean? Y'all continue to run through that. We're gonna continue to body bag and toe tag y'all. We ain't running for no smoke. But continue to support us, continue to share, like, comment, and hate, subscribe, do all that. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue to be here. We here. We ain't running, we ain't going nowhere, we ain't tucking our tails. We're gonna continue to make boxing great again. What that Magba, whatever it is, make boxing great again. That's what we're gonna come up with a hat. We're gonna do that, man. We're gonna continue to push great boxing talk, man. We're gonna see some little different things here and there. You know, you might come on here and see a different introduction. You might come in here and see us with our editing skills getting better. Hell, you might come on here and see us in a studio. You might see us in a gym. You never know. You never know what you're gonna see on Clutch Factory. So stay tuned. Keep riding with us, man. Remember, it's the Genesis. It's the beginning. Get in the car with us and we can go down the road real quick. But y'all let us know what y'all think, man. I'm Boss, Coach. We crushed it, we crushed that. We out of here.
Salute.